Now what happens with God manipulation is that when God enters into the room, we have a yearning to be loved best. We have a yearning not merely to worship that God, but we have a yearning that that God, who we need to walk with us through the valley of the shadow of death, will love us in particular. And the idea of one God gives birth to God manipulation, in which we believe that this God not merely loves us best, but loves the other less. Deuteronomy 20 is one of the most powerful chapters of God manipulation. When you go to war against your enemies, have no fear, the Bible says. For the God who rescued you and redeemed you from Egypt will be with you. God enters into the room, and I yearn to be the chosen one. Because there's not enough God to go. God is so important. My whole life is going to be determined by whether I am the chosen one. And there's not enough blessings to go around. And there's not enough love to go around. And one God activates this human jealousy to be the most beloved. And in the name of God, it's not that I don't see you because I see God. It's that in the name of God, all I see is me. God either causes a moral blindness by restructuring our priorities to focus exclusively or primarily on serving God, regardless of what God says. Or God causes us to activate a Yetzer Hara, an evil inclination, to somehow have God love me and be on my side. And when I kill, and when I maim, and when I ignore, God gives me the justification. Because I'm never fighting against my enemies. No, a religious person would never do that. I'm fighting against God's enemies. And so a life of faith has this profound potential to derail moral impulse, to derail the obligation to see somebody, to hear your story, to see your needs, and to be motivated and inspired to respond. And it's not that God doesn't tell us to do so. It's just when you have an autoimmune disease, you could try as much as you want. You just can't lift your hand. You can't open your eyes to see what in the name of your faith you are causing.